grateful today. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling able to manage this process because the Lord has truly been good to me with grace and mercy. Because every day, His mercies absolutely new every morning. So I actually am up and down all night. Most as you get older, you don't really sleep all night, which is fine with me. Just like Oprah said on the first color purple. But I want to share some information with you, and it's hopeful. What helps me, like the way I learn is the same way I learned in school. So the more I hear lectures, the more I do research, the more I get information, the more I am in my own journey. Where last year I lost 33 pounds, and then I struggled for 4 months. Then I took a goal setting class that kind of got me a little bit straight. But then I had to get my strength back, and I had to be courageous. I had to say, let me go to physical therapy. I had to say, let me go get some more help. Let me get somebody to help me do something new. And what I did is I asked my doctor, can I go to a different physical therapist? Because different people teach different ways. And I'm telling you, just like that Toyota commercial, you asked for it, you got it, Toyota. I'm really not going to be on that long because I want to catch this church service in a few minutes. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I want to tell you a couple of things. I was listening to this lecture called What Happens When an Obese Person Starts to Exercise, or else What Happens When You Exercise. And this lecture is by Stan Ekberg, and he's a former Olympian, and he's much older. He's not like 20. He's probably just in his professional area now. Then he did this lecture on intermittent fasting. So what he was saying, and I want to share this with you, because one thing about it is once I understand something, I can tell you about it, and it gives me greater resolve. Even though I still struggle, I'm still greedy. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to work on fasting. And he talked about fasting. Oh, it's just beautiful. That's the other lecture I was listening to. So we're gonna start that one day. Y'all know Miss Deborah like to eat. But then again, guess what? When I don't have to worry about that, I'll be like, girl, you ain't gonna be eating, so don't worry about it. It's okay too. So let me share what I learned. This is one thing he says. And I think that in your weight loss struggle, you've got to get more insight than just let me eat this, let me exercise. It's got to be bigger than that. Because if it was only that, we would get the results. We wouldn't be bouncing back and forth. But one thing he said in the lectures I was re-listening to is our ancestors did not have processed food. So if you were giving yourself any grace, you put that on your in your notebook and put that in your pipe and smoke it. Our ancestors did not eat processed food. My Aunt Ethel, she don't eat out, period. If she go out of town, she take food with her, just snacks. She don't even eat. If they want to take her to a restaurant, she says, no, thank you. I don't eat out. Okay? She don't have no weight problem. Okay? I'm just letting you know. So I want you to write that down. Our ancestors did not have processed foods. And the second thing is, in your weight loss process, in your mobility issue, just in general, if you didn't have any health problems, know this: humans do not like to change. My dad, he won't change to save his soul. Even when I share with him information out of the Bible, even when I share information with him out of things that just make sense, he'll call my mama, he'll say, Deborah over there trying to preach. Okay, I said, Mama, if I was a call girl, then they would say, oh, Deborah over there being a call girl. But she trying to do thus saith the Lord. Honey, he won't change. I say, Daddy, does this make sense? I'm listening. People don't like to change. I don't like to change. I like to do different things. I don't like to change. And really, let me tell you what it is. And I'm okay with it. I'm forced to. My doctor don't care nothing about me. My knee doctor was like, look, I care about you unless you get your life back. Because he know I'm jazzy. And he know I'm all that. And I need to get back to that. But he pushed me. He's like, at first I was lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Then I got stuck and I started getting stressed. He said, you got 6 months to drop 30 pounds. Then I lost 18 pounds. Like right away. I was like, I lost 18 pounds. You still getting weight loss surgery. Good morning, Dana. Check this out, Dana. So I want you to write a note of that. The first thing I want you to write a note of is our ancestors didn't. Your grandmama didn't eat no processed food. They ain't have no processed food because they didn't have none. My mama was telling me how the men used to get together, cut the pigs, and when the pig was going to be eaten, they put the pig to the side and feed it certain things. Good morning, B.A.G. So that's the first thing. The second thing is humans don't like to change. The third, and that's absolutely normal. So don't beat yourself. People spend more time being negative about like, oh, I overate. I'm like, don't say you overate, baby. You ate and you're gonna do better. You're gonna try it again. You ate, that's fine. You cannot slash your risk every time you eat something you're not supposed to eat. Because the market, the community, the marketing people, the people who do commercials, they came from the tobacco industry and they use that same philosophy. This is what Michelle says that they use to get people to buy cigarettes as they did to get us to buy food for every reason other than nutrition and hunger. Oh, and by the way, I was looking at the former governor of Tennessee. He was speaking to the Senate committee on hashtag nutrition is food. After your family got that $1 billion investment, now you want to speak on it. Okay. Hey, this is capitalism. That's what they do. But that's okay. We are learning, and the more we learn, the more we give ourselves grace and learn and just take one step. I've been eating a little bit of these compulsive walnuts right here. A little bit, chewing a little bit. That's what I've been doing. But I really didn't eat nothing yet because I already cooked my lunch and dinner, and I don't want to cook my breakfast, and I'm gonna eat breakfast another day. I'm like, look, it's okay. But I've drank my coffee, and that's okay. My stomach felt kind of full, like I had a diet pill in it. So I'm like, oh, the stomach feels full, and it's not hurting. Usually, if I eat coffee, it hurts. But let me get to my story because I gotta tell y'all this stuff. Yes, ma'am, Danny. We learning today. You gotta know this. Write this down. When you start getting mad because you ate a potato chip, or you want to go and, oh, I want to die because you done gained 5 pounds, go on and just put this on your Rolodex and say, healthy people is bad for profits. So Dr. Stan was telling us about this research study, and this is what they did. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you are all of these people who go get PhDs because you got a student loan and you went right quick to University ABC online, that's not really real school. Real school is where you are a scientist. You are required to do scientific study. And even if you get a PhD from all the Allah University, Allah 1-800, call the 1-800 number, you are still required, if you get a PhD, and even a master's, but they don't really teach it like that. But you're required to adhere to the scientific integrity of your research. However, because of the lobbying and because of capitalism and things like that, now I'm a writer, I'm a researcher, I'm a resume writer. So one lady, she got me to read her thesis for her PhD, and then she was like, if it's not right, fix it. I said, baby, I can't fix it unless I get all the books you have and read it. So I'm reading it. I'm like, this ain't right. But my major professor said it was good. Yeah, that's because you're a veteran, your tuition already paid, and they going to get paid, period. And they just going to pass you. But this don't make no sense. And she got mad at me because she hasn't been taught like I was taught from a major university where my roommate who was from India, she failed her master's thesis. So she came, her parents sent her all the way over from India to go to school, and she failed it the first time. And that's common because the scientific study where you have your control, you have your experiment, you're doing a comparative analysis, you're doing your literature review, you're doing your limitations, all of the above. It's serious business. When I actually did my internship in London, and I compared and contrasted the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and the Nashville Symphony since I was working for the Royal Philharmonic. When I was emailing my professor, I'm like, look, let's meet. And then I'm like, look, every Thursday I'm like, we meeting because I'm working on mine because I know the importance. I had mentors who got PhDs, and I'm at the university. I went to UT, which is the university research. I'm about that business. I'm like this. One day, my professor took 30 pages. 30. He was like, you don't need none of this. You forgot this. I'm like, back to the drawing board, because that's what it's about. And there was a whole body of knowledge of information that I had missed. So I'm telling y'all, it's serious. But in today's world, because you guys aren't taught to think. So you believe everything you hear. So that's why you hear me say, when my doctor wanted to give me something, and he treated me some kind of way because I'm fat, because I already read the research how the average doctor don't know how to doctor fat people. And that's okay. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. But as for DebraAnnMatthews, when y'all seen me crying last year, and I say, I'm not going to sit back and die. Not me. And I didn't eat meat for 2 months. Then I ate it the next month. Then I didn't eat it the next month. Because I'm able, baby. I'm able. My parents picked cotton. Do you hear me? Did you know when they was picking that cotton, it was a white man on the horse with a gun? I heard about that, but then my parents don't be telling me my stuff. Mom, why you didn't tell me that? Did you know my granddaddy was born in 1898? I said, Mama, why you didn't tell me my granddaddy was born in 1898? So that meant my great granddaddy was a what slave? So I know about that research they did because I used to write my speeches for the attorney I worked for in graduate school. If you were a slave and couldn't work, they sent you to Kentucky. The slave owner had to pay for you, and they did research on you. So I called my daddy one day. My daddy he just now started going to the doctor, but he never went to the doctor his whole life. He ain't going. I called him. This was during the time when he wasn't going. I called. I said, Daddy, what happens when you go to the hospital? You die. Because black people weren't allowed to go to the hospital, first of all. So second of all, when you went, it was when something was so wrong, the next step was you about to die. So, am I taking the COVID shot? Hell no. Am I taking the penicillin shot? Hell no. Am I taking the flu shot? I'll just catch the flu? Hell no. And if you ask me twice, I'm going to cuss you out. Now, I say that because I want y'all to hear me. I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me. So let me tell you what I learned. So Dr. Stan is telling us that they did this research, and this is what they found, and this is how they communicated it. 1 meal a day will result in less body fat. Like, you'll lose less body fat. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta tell y'all this. Wait a minute. Check this out. Go on, tell him, BLG. Check this out. Okay. In fact, I woke up when I heard this during the lecture, and I just was like, wow. We were saying that an overweight person who is 200 or more pounds overweight has, this gonna make so much sense. 1 million. I wrote it down. I got it. I can't ever find nothing. It's right in front of me. I just don't see it. 1 million. You hear me? 1 million. Wait a minute. I wrote it down. I'm gonna find it. Okay, maybe it's another piece of paper. 1 million of body fat. And he gave me the, okay. So, okay, oh wait, I don't know what I did with it, but it's got to be right in front of me. But anyway, but I want you to think, I want you to understand what I'm saying and the reason I'm saying it. So please hit the like button. There are 13 people in here, only 3 people hit the like button. So I want you to understand what I'm saying about that. So that's, let me go, let me just tell you the study. So the study said, they said 1 meal a day will result in less body fat. Then to make it not favorable, they said, well, you're not going to lose a significant amount of weight. However, if you lose less body fat, aren't you going to lose some weight? But they put that in there as significant. And if I was on the credentialing board, because when you get a PhD, you agree to follow, even when you do the master's, when you do a scientific study, you agree to follow there's a credentialing board says that you're going to behave ethically and earnestly, and you're not going to fake the results, because that's unethical. And you have heard of people losing their PhD when they do that. But in today's world, they're able to do that because they're backed by the CDC, the FDA, and all these other nonsense organizations. So what they said is that when you do 1 meal a day for 10 weeks, you're going to lose about average 7 to 11 pounds. That's going to help your metabolism. Intermittent fasting does lower blood sugar. It does work to help you with your metabolism. And then this is what they did to give limitations to this good information about intermittent fasting. Because if you're eating 1 to 2 meals a day, you're not eating 3 meals a day, and that's going to hurt the profit. Come on with me. Come on. Can I get an amen? So they said, well, we didn't do a study. We did a general study. So we're not going to say, we weren't so strict about 1 meal a day, and we need more research. So intermittent fasting can go 18-6, like you rest, you eat in 18 hours and rest for 6 hours. And they said, they just tried to put limitations on that. The degree to which you eat within a 24-hour period, because most people are encouraged to graze, because that results in people making profit. And this is the thing that I really don't quite understand, the insulin issue, because oh, that's good, Danny. Thank you for sharing that. Because if you have diabetes, something with not enough or too much, but a lot of people don't have diabetes, but it's something about the insulin is important. I know when I went to pay all that money to go an hour and a half for about 6 months, they made the chart. But when your insulin is middle ways, it keeps you level headed. If it's high, it makes you sleepy. So when you eat, you fall asleep like that. Oh yeah. So the typical research gets confused by the details. That's the thing. That's what they're trying to do, is confuse you by the details. And then they want to say, well, 1 meal a day, it's hard to sustain. And then they use the word, calling it a regimen instead of a lifestyle. And then they say, well, the dropout rate for, this is all they put in this study, the dropout rate for calorie restriction is 100%. That is true. There is a $90 billion weight loss community here. So every single body who do all the weight loss stuff, it's a 90%, practically a 100% failure rate. And what that means is you keep going back to the diets because you keep failing. However, and they like that. That's why they don't want to say that intermittent fasting is easier. So in the research, it says intermittent fasting is not easy like calorie restriction. And honestly, when he talks about it, that's why really it doesn't. You don't have to count calories if you're eating proteins, carbs, and vegetables. You don't have to count calories, because then about calories, it's about getting the food that your body needs. We're carnivores, or the carnivores where we eat a variety of foods. He talked about some animals like deers, they graze all day, they eat because what they're eating is lighter in their tummies. Whereas with us, if we eat a balance of proteins, carbs, and vegetables, then we will stay satiated and we will not be hungry. So it's just amazing how they verbalize this study, and they said it's no more effective. So that's what they said. Intermittent fasting could work, but it's no more effective because hunger makes you lose weight. That ain't true. When your body is hungry, it's telling you, I need something to nourish my body. So it's just amazing. And then simply reducing calories does not equal weight loss, although we think it does. So the research is confusing, and it's confusing for a reason. It's to keep you caught up in the wheel that they want us to be caught up with. But time restricted fasting, where you normally eat between 12 and 16 hours, then you don't eat, is normal. Most animals eat 1 to 2 times a day, other than the ones that graze based on what they're eating. And he talked about the nutrition deficiency, and that is processed food that don't have any nutritional value. That's very important. But he said if you eat real food 1 to 2 times a day, that's higher in nutritional value and dense meaning real food, protein, vegetables, carbs, that's real, then you and vitamins, it's going to have vitamins in it. So it's going to give you the nutrition you need, and that's going to fuel your body, and that's how you're going to lose weight. He said helps us process this food, and it turns your food to energy, and that is what we need. Now, he said there is no danger if you don't eat for 24 hours. The only thing is you will begin to feel funny if you don't eat. But if you're not going to eat, and I've said this to you because I learned this myself, if you're not going to eat, you have to take electrolytes, which gives you the minerals, and you want to have the trace minerals that was going to prevent you from being dehydrated and feeling lightheaded and having discomfort. So there's nothing wrong with fasting. There's nothing wrong with intermittent fasting. If you, because you're still going to drink water. And that's why I showed y'all. And I just learned that there are two electrolyte powders. I mean, there are lots of them that you can get at the GNC, but at Walmart, it's Hydration IV. It has actual vitamins in it, and it's electrolyte. It costs $9.95 for 10 of them. And then there's the lemon water, True. I think it's called True, TRU. It's $3. No, it's $5.32 for 50 of them. So because those ingredients are pure, the rest of them, even though they cost $2.36, it has too many artificial ingredients in it. And see, those artificial ingredients is not food. So it doesn't give us nutrition. Even though I have been drinking it because I didn't know any better. But now that I know better, as soon as I get my food allowance next month, I'm going to spend the $15 or $20 buying that. And then I'm going to use I'm going to use lemon, lime, ginger, turmeric to make some beverages, because that's going to give me that's why it's really nothing wrong with eating pork, because your body, God made a pig for you to eat it, and your body recognizes it. A chiropractor told me that a long time ago. He said, go over there and buy you some lard. I went over there and got me some lard. Ain't nothing wrong with it. And that's why I only eat butter, not margarine, because margarine is 2 steps away from plastic. So and he talked about how people can get gallstones, because he said there is some truth to that, because if you're not eating as much, you get gallstones. But he says when you eat, you're stimulated by your gallbladder, and it takes the bile out of your system. However, what stimulates that bile working in the system is fat. And he said, the world have you thinking that you don't need to eat fat. But fat stimulates that organ to working, and you do need fat because that's part of protein. And he is right. My weight loss doctor that I had before, she would tell me to eat processed fried foods 2 or 3 times a week. And I said, okay, she mailed me some stuff. I said, write that down and mail it to me so I can read it again, because it's such the opposite that we've been hearing all of these things. That's why my advice to everybody is trust your instinct. And that's why you see me getting on people who want to food police, because we've all been inundated with information about how we're supposed to eat, the right way to eat. And we're all hoodwinked. Like Malcolm X said, we've been run amok. And so that's why we have to be gentle with each other. And I know that those of you who got offended with me checking you all for being negative and saying comments that you don't need to say, I want you to think before you say something. Because talking about negativity is not going to help us in this journey, because we are just overwhelmed with bad information. Okay? And that's just the truth. So we've got to be gentle with each other, and we've got to know this. Faith-filled words of affirmation is going to get us there. And see how when the student is ready, the teacher appears? The times when I've had a breakthrough, I've been sitting here asleep, and then my phone is giving me a lecture. A lot of times my phone will give me scriptures so that I can reset my mind. I don't even listen to my favorite radio station every day like I used to. I need the Lord to reset my mind, to get me away from the way I used to be to a new way, baby. I'm a new creature in Christ. I'm telling y'all. So, baby, look for more. The more I learn, the more I'm cutting foolishness out. Okay? And it ain't going to be pretty. And if you don't like it, bye. But, baby, I got 550,000 subscribers, and I want to thank y'all. I want to thank you, because I'm still really, 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 really fat. But I am free so much. I'm free in so many areas, and the fat is just walking into catching up with where my mind is. Good morning, porch lady. So let me tell y'all this. He said there's no evidence that it's not okay to eat fat. Good morning, porch lady. He said that you do need 30% fat in your diet. There's no evidence that fasting is dangerous. And he said eating food that has fat in it stimulates your gallbladder. And then your gallbladder is going to ship out the bile. And it was just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It is just beautiful. So the thing I want you to remember is our ancestors did not eat processed food. I want you to remember that. And I want you to remember that it's not profitable for healthy people, because healthy people is bad for capitalism. The very food they make, including ketchup in the U.S., Heinz, do not put all those ingredients in the Canadian ketchup, because the country of Canada don't allow it. So we have to remember that. We have to remember that. Okay, let me see. Here you go. Oh, here it is. I was just looking at it right here in my face. Okay, 1 million calories are stored in an overweight person who is 200 plus pounds of fat. And then they said there's 50,000 calories of triglycerides stored as glycagon. I tried to call Coach Craig this morning, but he's probably in church. So he was telling me all the glycagon. So I'm going to have to call him so he can tell me more about it, so I can explain it to y'all. Because he would tell me about it, then he would come and see me and go, now repeat after me. So I want to also introduce you to the synonym SAD. It stands for Standard American Diet. So the Standard American Diet, remember the pyramid, when we were growing up, remember they changed the pyramid? That they have milk on there because the cow industry wants you to buy milk and drink milk. But adults don't need milk. Only babies need milk and children need milk. Adults need calcium, but we get calcium eating broccoli. So you got to understand that, honey, they just got our minds twisted. You know, your mind going every which way because they want us to do what? Let me show y'all what they want us to do. They want to spend that coin, okay? That's what they want us to do. They want us to spend these dollars. That's what they want us to do. They don't care about our health. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. The creators of the video games don't allow their kids to play with them video games. They give their kids very limited access to video games. Even Donald Trump's children, he made his children work. They worked, and they worked. Now, the Bush kids were spoiled, and they got to acting running amok. But even them, Donald Trump's son, the Barry, the young one, where he goes to school, it costs $35,000 a year. Okay? They have an Olympic-sized pool at that school. It's in Florida. They have all of the best because they're raising leaders. And you best believe they're fit. None of their kids are overweight. Okay? Even President Obama's children, they went to Friends. I looked this up. They went to Friends Academy. It's a Quaker school. His daughter could speak fluent Spanish by the time she was in the 5th grade. When they went to Cuba, she translated for her dad. So you have to realize the money makers, the big corporate people, they are not fat because they don't eat the way the majority of us are being programmed to eat. When I went Thursday after I was personal training, my coach she walked with me as I rode my wheelchair down the street because she couldn't do my nails. And when I went to that store and I smelled that chicken and saw all my old favorite candy, they did have one little section that had yogurt and a nutritious area, but everything else in the store was processed. I mean, a whole row full of different beverages that's sugar laden, chicken. Oh, just a whole section of fried chicken. I'm talking about all the now and laters with all the flavors. In my old life, I would have been eating it up and would have came back to the store and would have called them to come out to my car to bring me my candy so I can eat it. Because I don't be walking in them stores no more. But God gave me mercy. He had grace on me. He allowed me to say, let me teach her something so her mind can just get it. So her mind can say, stop it. And I'm telling y'all, it is serious business. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? If I don't do it, if I don't say, Lord, help me to stop eating. Help me to stop eating sugar. And there are lots of things. I got my apples. I got a whole bag full of apples right here. And I put myself 2 a day. And honestly, I've had those walnuts sitting over there for weeks. I don't eat no walnuts. So I have 1, 2. Plus I can eat 2 apples a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't buy apples in Walmart. Them apples ain't no good. And when I go, the rabbit, they didn't eat them apples for about 2 weeks. So I got me this many apples. That's all I got. That's all you got, girl. You got some walnuts. I got food, but soup. I got my salads. I got my chicken. I got my beef sausage. And I wanted to cook that beef sausage so much last night, which was about 2 this morning. I'm like, girl, you know you can't eat that. You gonna eat it. You can't eat your beef sausage. If you eat it, what you gonna eat for breakfast tomorrow? That's all I tell myself. I be like, girl, you know you can't eat all that food. You got to cut it. But the desire deep in my heart is gone. It's still there because I'm greedy. no chewing of no gum. You know, God is just merciful. And I'm still really fat. And so when people come on here and go, you don't like you lost no weight to me, honey, they ain't nothing but the devil. Just like the devil told Adam, did God say? And you know what? I know that it wasn't an apple because the Europeans, they like to change up. This is not even a real apple. A real apple is smaller than this. A real apple is about this big. They clone this for our taste buds. But whenever you get information, like when you see people criticizing what I'm eating, it's just like the serpent who told Eve, God know what you'll be more enlightened if you ate that. God did not. He don't know what he's talking about. When people say and criticize or get mad because you check them, they just deceived. I'm still deceived. So, what I'm gonna do Wednesday, because I got 2 weeks left or a week left to eat some beef. After Wednesday, no more beef till January. And I like hamburgers. I like ground beef. I really don't like it. I'm gonna eat some turkey, but you know, turkey not that good. Well, it's good if you pack it with peppers. But Wednesday will take me a little fast and just drink some electrolytes or drink some water, put some lemon in it, or put some pickle juice in it, anything I ain't gonna eat. And then I'm gonna eat my tomato soup. I really don't feel like even making my grilled cheese because I bought that old white cheddar cheese. That's not no cheddar cheese. That's yellow. And I bought 3 whole packs, but that's okay because it was on sale for 3 for $9. So I'm like, it's good for me. So, you know, Miss Deborah don't care about that. That's why I don't eat it. I have all that food in my house. I don't be eating that food. That stuff ain't good. Anyway, I think I need to give away. I got a pork loin. I think I need to give that away. Even though my coach, I can eat it. I don't think it's good. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. This trifling. I did this yesterday. It's okay. I had my to go bag. Of my food. I looked in there. There was a fly in my bag. In my little tray. You know, flies will get in there. Honey, they ain't bothered me a bit. I went on, shoot that fly away, ate my pork chop. Because I don't ever eat pork chops. I don't ever buy pork chops. So, anywho, I'm like, this just greedy. Just greedy. Gonna eat her food. It's in my house. See, when you're at home, you can do stuff like that. Because ain't nobody watching. So, it's a breath of fresh air to be able to have some self-control, some restraint. And it is not that it's difficult, but as I get my life back and as I work with my customers and I ask God to send me more customers because I really need to make money and I have a lot of talent to offer. A lot of people just need they need some perspective to help them with their career. And my last customer, bless her heart, she don't listen. She wouldn't listen. I mean, it's been weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And what did you have to do? It's kind of hard. She wasn't listening. Even when I asked her, after I finished her resume, then she told me some great metrics of things she had been doing. I said, this is the first time you mentioned that to me. And so, you know, I'm just like, ooh. But she's a wonderful person. You know, those people who work in the financial, like they work in jobs, bookkeeping and finance, they're very disciplined, controlled people because they do the jobs that make sure everything else works right. So I love those kind of people. But I'm a liberal artsy kind of person, so I do the wild stuff, which I try everything. So that's why I'm good at the job I do because you have to research. Good morning, Marilyn. You have to research. Are you married to Ronald Marilyn? Are you live in Nashville, Maryland? So I do have to remember to have grace with him. So I was texting a friend of mine, well, an associate, and I was asking her, how you doing? She's like, I'm still looking for a job. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a resume writer and a career coach. And I was like asking her to do some stuff. I said, wait a minute. I said, really? You didn't ask me to help you? and I'm just, doing all of this. But if you want me to help you, I don't mind helping you. And she was like, okay. So I said to her, send me your resume. And it was like 8 o'clock. She was like, well, I'll send it after church. I almost said, when somebody offered to help you, then after 8 o'clock, it take 3 seconds. But I just said, okay, Deborah, don't ostracize another friend. And I already ostracized one of my friends this week. Chill out. But I'm serious about what I do, and I'm just like, ooh, child. But that's okay. I gotta offer people grace, and it's exactly why I don't do free stuff, because if you tell me, like, y'all be telling me to come visit y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, don't be out. Don't tell me you're gonna send something for me. Don't tell me to welcome me somewhere, because Miss Deborah gonna pop up. Okay, I'm gonna show up. Don't tell me to tell you what I want. I'm gonna text you. Oh, okay, hey ma'am. Okay, because I have a customer. His name is Ronald Boykins, and they are actually from Texas, and they actually are building homestead in Texas right now. But he's in Nashville area. So I was like, oh, tell me, Ronald's wife. Hey, girl. So I'm just telling you, I'm about that life. But that's just kind of how I am when it's something that I want to do. Don't tell me to show you my resume. When I was looking for a job back in the day before computers was popular like this, like in '05, baby, I would carry my resume around, give it to everybody. I gave it to the printer repairman. He was like, man, I don't know nobody. I said, baby, you don't know who you might know. I'm just going to give it to you anyway. You got to be about your business. You hear me? And that's all good, because I just I just handle my business, y'all. I'm time for y'all's business. I gotta handle my business. That's why I get tripped out when everybody got something. I don't mind you having something to say, because I'm that kind of girl. But when I don't want to hear what you got to say because you ain't talking about nothing, I'm gonna let you know. Or else I'm gonna block you, and calling about my business. But I try not to block people, because the main people who got that yucky yak smacky like lacky, they really got a weight problem, and they can't just analyze and see themselves and give themselves grace, but they can criticize me. But you can't criticize me, baby, because I'm up in the bed with my feet propped up, with no bra on, letting you know what the business is. And it is Jesus is on the main line, and he heals and delivers us all. All you have to do is come to him with you. Got to be baptized. You got to believe that he exists. You got to confess of your past sins, and you have to say, Jesus, take the wheel. And even when you fall, he is going to say, hey girl, I got you. And on top of that, Jesus was black, girl. He was black. What? Black. Okay. They say, how you know he was black? Because he was late. That's what the preacher be like. What happens when Jesus don't come on time when you ask him to? He be late. That's what happened. He was late, but Jesus always on time. And the grace that he gives us, he wants us to give that to each other. But he also, and this is why church didn't teach us. See, if church taught us the real, we would all have left slavery and all the other stuff. We would just kill all the people that were oppressing us. So that what they did, and I was watching a video on this too. There was a man named Willie Lynch, but this is very popular knowledge. He went from Jamaica to Barbados to Haiti to the U.S., teaching the enslavers how to keep us enslaved. And it's very true. I mean, it's human nature when you want to be evil. And also, I was looking at this commentator talking about in the Bible, he was giving even more scriptures in Deuteronomy on how what we're facing right now it's prophesied in the Word of God. But for them to not tell us that we are the people we're reading about, why would they? Just like the serpent, it's a flip-flop. So instead of us eating the food God provided for us to eat, they make up fake food for us to eat. Tell us lies about what to eat. Because God's people, he literally fed them with manna that came out of the sky every day. Which he does. And my auntie said that my uncle used to shoot up the birds, and it's a certain bird they used to eat. When they were kids, he'd shoot it and it fall down. You could eat it. You can't. It's against the law to do that now, because everything God prepared for us to take care of ourselves, they give us the opposite. There is absolutely no way there's a food shortage in this world, because all we need to do is plant a seed wherever we are. We're gonna eat. The hunters and gatherers in the continent of Africa, they move about. So they might plant some yams here. When they come back, everywhere they go, they got food because they just keep planting it. So, child, it's too big. This thing is bigger than us. But the word of God says, if my people who are called by my name will confess their sins, I'll heal the land. And he means black men. Black men into so much foolishness it ain't even funny. And now y'all black women, you know how people put it on you. Y'all black women something else. But he is so merciful. He is so grateful. He is so graceful. And on top of all of that, every last one of my problems, it ain't even my problems, Jesus' problems. When I learned this, it made me fall out crying because I really didn't understand it that way. Jesus takes my issues, and gives me his righteousness. So I'm literally righteous. So that's why you don't have to beat yourself up. Like, girl, I'm disciplined because Jesus disciplined. Jesus didn't say, "Oh, I think I'm a heal." He just healed. He said, "Father, thank you if it be your will." Boom. And then when that woman touched him, I heard this the other day. When she touched his hem, she was like, "If I could just touch his hem, I'll be healed." That's so powerful. Like, Jesus, I'm talking about the hem. You know, the hem be like that little piece right there. Like that little piece right there. That's like, just touches him. And then he felt the power go out of him. He said, "Who touched me?" But he was like, "Your faith has healed you." Isn't that powerful? It's such a story, but it's well worth believing. I'll take it. I heard this, and I knew this anyway from school because we learned about the Muslim movement. The Muslims really got people to believe because they were torturing you if you didn't believe in Muslims. But it became popular because the Muslims would take their story to parallel to the Christian story and all of that. So that's pretty interesting. But also, that's right. Also, in Rome, in Jerusalem, is a center for all the different religions and all the different faiths. So it's no different now than it was then. There's always been a lot of people who believed in a lot of things. But I remember reading in the Old Testament that God said, "Don't worship the moon, because I gave the moon for everybody to enjoy." And just like when I lived in Knoxville, we used to do woman's source. So we come together every quarter. And just like the phases of the moon, it cycles a woman's cycle. So we have periods where we're very creative. We have periods where we're tucked away. We have periods where we're sunshiny and open. We have periods when we're getting ready to blossom. That's God. And that's why we like different colors, different styles, different everything. And that's why I constantly tell y'all, I do not like my hair. And when I learned, I don't like my gray hair. And I feel like they did something to my hair when they dyed it. But had they did what I asked them to do, which was color it blonde, then I would have been suffering from my hair falling out, which was okay because that's what I asked for. But I just know God is so perfect. And you know what I also learned, which we didn't get taught this in the Church of Christ. The name of God is the breath we breathe. When you say Yahweh, that's the breath. And that makes sense because when he asked Moses, he said, "When I tell him, who would tell him send me?" He said, "Tell him the great I am." That's like infinity. That's like the wind. That's like, and in the New Testament, it says, just like you don't know which way the wind coming, that's just the Holy Spirit. So all of it, when you're in relationship, not church, relationship with the Creator, who is our Heavenly Father through Jesus, when you're in relationship, your spirit just like this way, that way, and it directs you. I have grown immensely right here in this bed. Okay? But I'm able to get up. I'm able to stand up. I'm able to look up and believe and have my faith increased. I'm scared. I had to do a video. As much as I'm on this YouTube every day, I had to do a video for our conference, and I told Stan, I said, Stan, my hair ain't right. I can't do a video. And he said, God made you perfect, just like you are. But he don't understand. My hair ain't right. And I'm not very shy. If I'm in the presence of a real man, I get shy because it's so much truth, especially one that ain't trying to date me, but just trying to. One time, this very beautiful thing happened. My brother and I were arguing about something when I was at his house, and his friend came in and sat at the table. And he looked at me and he asked my brother, "Can I talk to your sister?" To me. And he said, "Yeah." He looked at me. He said, "You are just beautiful." He said that to me. He said, "Who hurt you?" I said, "My brother hurt my feelings." And my brother was like, "Well, that's enough talking." My sister back up. My brother, he always blacking, okay? And so, but in the presence of a real man, it's something you not experienced a lot of. So it'd be like, "Ooh." So when my brother and my cousin came to put my roof on, um, oh, thank you, Voxy. Thank you. I appreciate that. We appreciate all of our subscribers, don't we, Porch Lady? And don't we all BSG, don't we? When my brother brought the team to put my roof on, they came from Mississippi. My brother went and got them. And I cook for them every day, so I'm in there, serving them. And one of them would give me a hug. I'm like, okay. And my brother was like, "Yeah, that one over there, he like you." I'm like, "How you know that?" He said, "I know what a man like a woman, but they smoke and drink, so Miss Deborah ain't got no interest in nobody that smoke and drink." So, but I just thought that was kind of funny because most of the time you don't be paying attention to that stuff. So today you cannot beat yourself up over this journey. I don't care what you did. I don't care how much you ate, because it's not about what you're putting in your mouth. It's about how you're dealing with your life. And sometimes you can't handle what's coming down. You got all of these things to deal with. So you've got to give yourself grace, and you've got to know that telling the truth ain't going to hurt you. I had a dream about my mom last night. And I'm telling y'all, the weekends give me this flow of information. So God is letting me know that it's okay to tell the truth. It's okay. It's okay to what you thought was okay. And it's okay. And I don't really even have to talk to her about it, even though I kind of want to, but I can't. Because, you just can't talk to your mama sometimes. And like Michelle says, honey, we just extra sensitive, okay? We're just extra sensitive over here. But we're going to be courageous. We're going to speak faith-filled, powerful words. Okay, hold on a second. Because I did get these cards. Because we're going to have to hit some scriptures every day. Even if we sing the blues, we're going to put the blues, we're going to hit the scripture. So this one, I'm going to have to keep these cards in order. So this one says, "Let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you." Psalms 146 and 8. So we're going to have to get accustomed to telling the truth and ask the Lord to guard our hearts while we hear the truth, because only if we tell the truth are we going to be able to get free. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, Porch Lady. It's okay to tell the truth. It's okay to hear the truth. It's okay to speak the truth. You don't have to be rude about it. And you don't even have to deal with it. Just speak it. Know it. Deal with it. Stop living in la-la land like me. I'm about to la-la now. And that's okay. If you are being compulsive, then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to give yourself some grace and put in a plan. That's why it's good to exercise and move yourself. Like I'm going to have to start driving to some of the line dance classes, because I can show enough stand up for 10 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to have to challenge myself. So you're going to have to challenge yourself too. You're going to have to say, set a goal. And if you eat, whatever you do, you just own what you're doing. If you're going to eat candy for Halloween, set a goal in your mind. Well, let me have, maybe 10 pieces of candy or 2 big candy bars or whatever you're going to do. If you're going to eat, sometimes what we used to do when I used to be in the level up group, in between now and Thanksgiving, we really go on a diet so we can enjoy our Thanksgiving. So think think in advance about, oh, I got a turkey. I guess I'm gonna get that turkey away because I got a turkey in my refrigerator. And I guess I was gonna go pick up another turkey for Thanksgiving when it's the Thanksgiving basket. I'll probably just give it away. Yeah, just eat some chicken. Yeah, I'll probably just eat some chicken. It's okay. I'm gonna have to go ahead and get that Thanksgiving turkey away. So, cause I ain't gonna eat it. I'm eating chicken, mackerel, and salmon. So if y'all want to send me something, send me some cans of mackerel. Cause that's what Miss Deborah eating. Mackerel, okay? Mackerel patties, salmon. Salmon costs a lot of money, but you can send. They got the salmon in those little cans now. Send me some of them, honey. Go on, cause that's what Miss Deborah eating. See, those are 3 meats. That's the only thing I seen on the list that's low in uric acid, and so that's what I'm eating, honey. But in case, I just want you to smile, find joy, find peace. Don't take this stuff so serious. Enjoy yourself and help God help you to plan, get support. Um, if you have to sit on the porch, let the wind blow through your face and the sun. Oh, I love sitting out in the sun. It's okay. That's why when I go to exercise, I say, can we stand up in the sun? Because by the time I drive from here, to the gym, I haven't had enough sun. And I ain't have nothing to hold on to. I just stood up because I'm stronger. So I have to push myself to do more. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm getting tired of all this work I'm doing in this house. But I'm doing it. Look at me washing no dishes, washing no clothes. I was like, that floor needed mopping for in the pantry for 3, 4, for a week. I went ahead and swept it and mopped it yesterday. I went ahead and did it. I always spot mopping. I'm like, okay. So, honey, yes. Just be grateful. Give yourself grace. Make a plan. And I'm gonna try. I reached out to another young lady that I saw on Instagram. So I'm gonna try to keep interviewing people who had the weight loss surgery or any weight loss. And there was a lady on here yesterday who said she lost 365 pounds, and she said she would come on. So tomorrow, Monday, after our weight loss group, we're going to have our guest, Edwin, and his wife. They both had weight loss surgery. I'm going to see if his mom will come on too. She had weight loss surgery. So we're just going to get as much support as we can and get people to tell their story any way they want to tell it. Okay. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me see. I gotta sing that song. We've come this far by faith. Leaning on the Lord. Trusting in his holy grace, holy word. He's never failed us yet. Oh, oh, oh. Can't turn around. We've come this far by faith. Do 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 do. So, I was thinking about, I'm like, I need some new clothes. 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 But you know what? I've been following a couple of people. Target has large sizes. And I need some fall shoes. I still got the winter boots when it gets real cold. So I'm gonna ask Jesus what he think about it. I'm like, Jesus, can I have some new clothes? And he's like, okay, I guess you can. Pick out what you want. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Because he's gonna be the source. because I'm going to speak faith filled. I think I'm going to get some clip-ins too. My friend on social media, she has some clip-ins. Like, Jesus, can you give me some clip-ins for my hair? And so I just want to feel my scalp. I don't want to put a wig on. I just want to feel my scalp. Danny, you gonna buy me something from Tori, Danny? Go right ahead, Danny. I sure thank you, girl. You know what? I'm also gonna go to the weight loss sites because the people who've already had weight loss surgery will sell their clothes. So I'm gonna do that too. So let me check it out, girl. Let me check it out. Let me check it out. Okay. So y'all have a beautiful day. It's been great today. God is so good. God is so good. And deal with your pain. Relax yourself. Get comfortable. And give yourself grace. And enjoy yourself. They had a Prince concert Friday night. I didn't see it. But I've been tired all week. And so I was like, shoot. Marilyn, you gonna buy me something from Lane Bryant, girl? What, Marilyn? Oh, thank you, Marilyn. What? Okay. Catherine sent me some texts telling me they got 100% discount. I said, I guess y'all do, but the way my life is up, my car note, they be wanting to get paid though. They talking about go shopping if you want to. So anywho, y'all, I just was like, it's gonna be a good fall. Okay, what y'all gonna dress up a Hallelujah wing? What costumes y'all gonna have for Jesus wing? I'm gonna have to be a Bible character. I really want to be one of Solomon's concubines because I'm going shopping, okay? Solomon had cheddar cheese. Ding ding, he said, girl, go on to the market and wreak havoc, okay? Oh my goodness, isn't that the funniest thing? Hosea didn't have to give his wife no money because she was making bands. Am I lying? I'm not. She was making bands. She come on with the money. I don't need your money. And he had to love her. He had to stay with her because God was demonstrating how the children of Israel treat him. So you see how that feels to you. Sarah, she was doing her thing because Abraham wasn't broke. Eve was doing her thing. They had people living, I believe, during Adam and Eve time. Eve wasn't broke. She's the mother of the earth, of creation. Let me see who else. Mary and Elizabeth, they were young. They was showing up shopping. Because Joseph, he was older. He couldn't get her if he had no money. I mean, the donkey, that's a symbol of wealth. Y'all don't realize if you have a lot of sheep and stuff like that, you got money. Like Joseph, break Mary off to go shopping. He wanted to protect her reputation. He had her looking good. And her cousin Elizabeth, who had John, she was like, girl, let's go shopping. Because our men got cheddar, okay? And Inez and Sapphira, Sapphira had some cheddar because they had extra money to give to they tried to short the Lord's blessings, but they had cheddar. They had some change, girl. They weren't broke. Let me tell you who else was in the Bible. All them holy women hanging with Jesus, they weren't broke. They had paid for the stuff. They probably paid for the 3 fish. Like, Jesus, we got it. Go on and do your ministry, son. We believe you. And so, let me tell you who else. I think, was Peter married? He too high-headed not to have no money. I think all them men was married. Matthew, Peter, Mark. Mark was the physician. Now, Mark's wife was breaking that shopping off. Women are the same today, yesterday, and tomorrow. And ain't nobody marrying no broke man. Show me in the Bible who married a broke man. Was that Paul? He wasn't married. He probably dated somebody. He probably was giving her some shopping money. Where the lie is? Show me where the lie is. Where the lie is? Where? A man gotta have a woman. Show me. Show me where it's at. Name one broke man other than poor people. The man at the gate, he had leprosy. He ain't had no money. Because he was too busy dealing with his affliction. He can't afford to have no wife then. He ain't got no money. I mean, he might have had one. Maybe he got sick later on. I don't know. But if he got one, he wasn't broke. He was just sick. Okay, show me some more poor men in the Bible. I mean, there were poor people there because the Bible says, Jesus said the poor going to always be with you. But them people that built the temple, they weren't poor. They worked hard, though. Do you know that there are temples in the United States, too? They tore them down. There's temples, pyramids in East St. Louis. There's pyramids on the Mississippi River. All in Mississippi, in the state of Mississippi, off the river. They tore them down. What you said, Sweet Jane? You better say it. I'm going to be a concubine. Matter of fact, we can all be concubines in Solomon's harem. Because Solomon was the wisest man. God made him rich. And he allowed God to break his women off. How we going to be all together and not be going, see, I ain't going to be mad at you because I'm about to get this. I'm about to get this purple. I'm about to get this drape. I'm about to be set. I'm about to get this gold and this silver. This jewelry. I'm about to get my hair done. What? I ain't finna be wearing no headscarf up in here. Not when I got Solomon. That's why I want me a mafia boyfriend. Girl, I'm going to go to Italy and get me a mafia boyfriend. Or at least I'm going to take a picture with him. Well, he can't take pictures because, he's doing illegal activity. But he going to buy me some of them real shoes over there in Italy. And so, I'm telling you right now. I'm just saying it's a matter of perspective. Yeah. It's a matter of perspective. They did something other than go to church. They shopped till they dropped. And they were honorable. They weren't running around. They weren't sinning and all that. They weren't giving it up because they were ladies. They were honorable. And men treated them like they were honorable. That's what I want us to get back to that perspective. And there are some men who are still honorable. So, yes, ma'am. So, hallelujah, we ain't going to be fun. I ain't giving out no candy, though. But we're going to have it I am giving candy out because I'm going to have to buy some at the Senior Citizen Center. We're having the trunk or treat at our center. So, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to have to buy some candy. I'm going to have to get that thing on sale, though. Oh, because it's expensive. So, But anywho, y'all will be letting me know about this hallelujah wing. And I'm going to have to get me a little costume together. Let me see what I got. Oh. I'm going to see what I got. We're going to get us a little costume together. We'll get us a little something together. And so I'm going to do a little research on the women of the Bible. And, just represent the Jesus. Okay? So let me get myself off. It's 12 o'clock. And y'all have a beautiful day. I appreciate talking to y'all. I appreciate y'all supporting me. Please, we have like 550,000 followers. So I really tried to put a little thank you there because I appreciate each and every person who come by my channel, who watch the replays. I wish that I was all decorated nice and my house was all neat, stuff everywhere. But guess what? It's clean. Guess what? And we're going to lose some weight right while it's just like this. We're going to lose some weight. And eventually I'm gonna get my room turned around. But I gotta go to the Habitat and get me a bookshelf. And I'm gonna have to bye porch lady, see you later. And spray paint it white and put it in here. It's gonna have to be pearl white because this stuff is kind of pearl white. But anyhow, y'all, you have a beautiful day. Be encouraged. We're going to come back and learn some more. We're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger in the name of Jesus. So I'm going to talk to y'all later, okay? I appreciate y'all. Don't ever think I don't appreciate each and every supporter, each and every subscriber. We are doing our faith-filled, positive mobility and weight loss journey for all of us who are obese. And even if you're not obese, if you just got something that's weighing you down on your shoulder, I invite you to lose weight with me. Okay? As we always do, we throw up the deuces. Peace and hair grease. I appreciate y'all. Bye.